you from our favorite neighborhood in Milford States, where it's almost 4th of July and it's the end of summer or not end of summer, it's beginning of summer. I need some more coffee this morning, apparently.
Yeah.
And I didn't grab one when I came in here, so I'm going to just kind of be winging it. All right. So you can follow us on Spotify or Apple, and you can also find us at irrationalmoms.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment or a question. We love having some fan questions. We haven't had any for a while. All right. So, Tris, what's our snack this week?
Okay. So my other snack, I've never had these before, but some blueberry Pocky. What is Pocky anyway?
What is Pocky? You know? I know. What is that?
I don't know.
I see those maybe at is it at the Japanese grocery store, the Mexican grocery store?
So this one I think is actually from Korea. This is another one of my snacks that I ordered off that website. Okay. So this is, I know what this is because when I ordered it, it's blueberry Pocky, but I can't read anything on.
So maybe where do you order all these different
what's
types
the
of
website?
Snacks.
The one that I follow, Willy Wacky. Willy Wacky.
Dude, a candy sponsorship would be perfect for you. I'm just saying.
I mean, hey, I'm waiting on it. Okay, I'll be a taste tester.
Hey, so what is it? It's Willy. I'm gonna reach out to them.
Willy Wacky.
Send me that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. But he'll take videos of packaging everybody's stuff and I think that's pretty cool. But I like a lot of the stuff. There's all kind of cool candy. There's cereals. There's chips and drinks. Some of the drinks and the chips are a little weird for me. Like, if it's like a beef flavored potato chip, I don't really think I want any part of that. But clearly other countries like that. I don't know.
I've tried some very interesting potato chips in different countries. I always like to try them. I don't usually want them, but I don't want a ham flavored potato chip.
I would try it, but did you?
Yeah, I tried it, but I'm like,
Did you see the pickle flavor cotton candy that I sent you guys the other day? I don't know.
Ooh, I want to try that.
I would try it. I would at least try it.
I would not because I hate pickles.
So we were at one of my friend's house on Friday night, and he had a bunch of snacks from India. And they're their snacks are so good, like their chips and stuff, and almost like crackers, and because they have a little bit of a spice to them. Oh my god, it was delicious.
These smell so good. I'm not gonna lie. This blueberry Pocky.
They're sticks, right? Is that what Pocky?
Yeah, that one's kind of broke. Let me get one that's not broken. Of course,
is it like a stick of sugar, or is it like a pretzel dipped in something, or what?
Or is it like a straw?
It's like some kind of chocolate dipped, like a blueberry dipped. There's two together because they melt by the time they get to me. These come from the UK. Anything chocolate that I order, it's they put a little ice pack in there. I'm like, okay, so basically the ice pack lasts long enough for you to get it to the post office. And
right. For
everything I've gotten, because I have an espresso Hershey dark chocolate, and it's one solid thing now. It's not anymore. But
what's in the middle of that? Bite it. What's
this is? I'm just going to try it because since I can't read the box, I have no idea what Pocky is. If anybody knows what Pocky is, tell us.
Bite into it and let's see the inside.
So it's not hollow. There's
no, it's not hollow.
It looks like white chocolate or something.
It's like they've taken whatever this stick of something is, and they
So is it almost like a pretzel-ish type?
That's why I asked if it
does. You know what? It does have a very pretzel style. It doesn't exactly taste like pretzel though.
It's called Pocky?
It's called Pocky.
How do you spell it?
Pocky.
Oh, that's right.
Pocky sticks.
Yeah.
It's a chocolate-coated biscuit stick. Popular Japanese stick food. Okay.
Yeah, these are good. This blueberry.
It's like shortbread in the middle then.
Okay.
Well, it's biscuit stick, huh?
I like it. Biscuit stick.
Biscuit stick. Leave it to the Brits to call it a biscuit stick.
So our British fans must know what this is, right? They're going to be
a biscuit's just shortbread or cookie.
No, but they're going to know what a Pocky is. They're going to be like, oh, those American girls. Come on.
I've seen them, and I know I've seen my kids even eating them. I just didn't never try it or know what it was.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But this is pretty good. Yeah, I would recommend it.
So what's on the outside, the coating?
It's blueberry.
White chocolate flavored with blueberry?
I guess. It's some kind of, maybe like a yogurt flavored blueberry or something.
Oh.
Or a blueberry flavored yogurt.
Oh, no, excuse me.
Don't yawn.
They're all melted together though.
Sorry.
I need
Yeah,
I
these are
need some
good.
cold brew over here.
I know. I should have made a coffee. I did not.
I know, me too.
But I've already had 3 and I haven't eaten, so I don't know.
I had
You'll be like,
pre-workout this morning, and I can't drink coffee after it. Like I have zero craving for coffee after the gym. It really sucks.
I'm not craving it so much as I'm just asleep and I need to wake up.
tired.
You know,
Yeah.
it does the bare minimum of making me functional.
The nitro cold brews are like my favorite now. I can drink one of those and be like,
really?
I'm good to go like all day long. Yeah.
They're really smooth.
Oh God.
Nitro.
I mean, I always want hot coffee in the morning though. I don't ever want to start my day with cold coffee.
No, I like hot coffee and then I'll switch over after like one glass or something. Yeah. Especially in summertime because it's cold or it's hot outside. So
yeah, we definitely need to let's take, let me know if you get the cold brews.
Okay.
And then.
Yeah.
I won't get any.
Yeah, I'll get the nitro ones. So I had one in the refrigerator too. I should have grabbed it. Oh well. It is what it is. All right. So let's talk about this hot topic that's going around on the WNBA. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes. I introed it right.
The drama.
I'm not very big into women's basketball or basketball in general. So, but I did do my research, Annabelle. So thank you for sending that out. So I'm going to let you tee this one up.
Nobody was a fan of WNBA.
Right. That's the thing is that's definitely part of it. I mean, I feel like we maybe touched on this a little before. I can't remember. But basically, I mean, everybody knows who Cailtin Clark is. You know, she's a fantastic basketball player. She broke a bunch of records in college. Now she's in the WNBA. So there's this discourse around her, and like Angel Reese and some other girls are involved too. But here's the central thing is there's a ton of people who support Cailtin Clark. They don't care about basketball or whatever. However, Cailtin Clark this might be incendiary, but she's like the great white hope. There's a bunch of white people who never watched basketball, but they see now this like plain Jane white girl be amazing at basketball, and they're so excited about it. They love it. So her fans are creating this discourse where they go out and they defend her in like a white knight for her on social media. They defend her against all the haters, right? It's a huge ruckus about it. But what's interesting is she doesn't have haters. They think she does. The only people she's had any like maybe shade from are a few other WNBA players. Mm-hmm. You know, there definitely is some jealousy. I'm sure these women have been playing for a long time, busting their ass. Now this new girl comes in and she gets all the attention. Even though it benefits everyone, I'm sure some of them feel a certain way about it. So yes, I don't know that they hate on her more than they're just like, anytime somebody new and flashy comes in, there's always going to be some resistance from the old guard, I would say in any scenario, right?
Yeah.
But so her fans are just like, fervently defending her all the time, and people are like, but what are you defending her from? Because people don't actually hate her. So that's been an interesting discourse to see. And even a lot of like prominent media people, they'll be like, this hate against her has to stop. And people are like, but show us the hate. And they can't. So it's fascinating. And so the other part of it is there's been a rivalry with her and Angel Reese.
Like since college, right? I mean, it's like it's been going
friends,
on.
Yeah, since before then. They've been friends and played against each other and together when they were even before college, because, you know, it's a small community of people who were like elite athletes in different sports, right? And they know each other. They run in the same circles. They play on like junior national teams. They do all this stuff together. And so the discourse or I don't know if that's the right word. What I always hear from both Cailtin Clark and Angel Reese, they're like, we love this rivalry. This is great for basketball. Both of them, right? They're both like, yeah. And they will praise each other when they talk. On the court, they're like these fierce rivals, but it's not like a personal thing. And this is this way with lots of people, right? Most people that have an on-court rivalry, they don't actually hate each other in real life in any teams. Now, there are some people that hate people, but for the most part, you're like, this is a rivalry. It's good for the sport. Like, remember when there was, you know, dudes that had these intense rivalries back in like the Larry Bird days? Things like that. Like, those were great. They grew the game. They get people interested in more than just like, even if they're not loving basketball, they'll be like, oh, I like this character, or I like this player, or I can support this. It's exciting. And so both girls are like, this is great for the game.
Yeah, anytime you hear them thriving on it. And I mean, it's good. I mean, it happens in football too. You just maybe don't hear it as much, but when they're on the field, if they're mic'd up, you could hear like they're they're talking each other back and forth
Exactly.
all the time. And it's just
Yeah.
how it is in sports. Right.
And so a big part of the Angel Reese, Cailtin Clark thing, so in college, not this past season, but the one before, when LSU was beating Iowa, Angel Reese was doing some taunting stuff to Cailtin Clark on the court, right? People lost their ever-loving minds about this. Now, what was funny and so interesting is, well, Cailtin Clark was just doing that recently to her and to other people, because it's a thing people do. Some people don't do it, but some people like to talk sports. They get pumped up and that's exciting. People like it. But so what happened with the Cailtin Clark and Angel Reese thing is, because the Cailtin Clark, like, rabid fans are a certain type of people that have this mindset where they were so furious at Angel Reese for daring to taunt her. And so when people pointed out, well, Cailtin does the same thing, it's different. No, it's different. It's different. Every time people would make a comparison and be like, no, this is okay. This is what happens. No, it's different this time. Like, everything Cailtin Clark did was so special and different. So you can't compare the two, because one of the things they would be like, well, Angel Reese taunted Cailtin Clark more for a longer period of time. It was for 13 whole seconds instead of 5. Shit like this, that you're like, these things are not different. This is silly. Like, it's the same behavior. Yes, they're not exactly the same things, but they're both doing the same thing. So I think real sports people can recognize that, but people that are just like fans of a particular person and don't know about sports or care about sports, they don't understand that. So there was a lot of it was racially charged. A lot of the things that people said about Angel Reese were super horrible and racist. And it was completely unnecessary. Angel Reese has said, I'm the villain. That's a character I play in basketball, and I like it. I embrace it. Okay. So she's okay with that. She's okay with getting flack and being aggressive and stuff, right? Like, it's just so interesting, because there aren't any actual real problems. It's things that are created in social media, in the media space.
It's just the media. It's all about that.
And then,
okay.
So
well,
then yesterday,
I think Angel Reese is quite a bit of a hater, and she's definitely jealous. If you watch her interviews, I'm not saying I'm fitting into either category of following, because I'm not any type of like ultra fan of either of them. Definitely not of Angel Reese, because I just don't care for her. But I think that nobody wants to be the bad guy. This is just her trying to cover up, because she is a hater. And
I don't think that's true. Look at Dennis Rodman. He loved being the bad guy. There are people that play the enforcer roles in sports, and they thrive that way.
But Dennis Rodman, he owned it, and he was just like, that's cool. I'm the bad guy. Angel Reese is just,
but she's done the same thing.
Negativity about her. I just can't stand
that. But see, that's largely a media construct, and what we hear is other people's impressions of how she's behaving. And
what I've seen talk, though, just hearing her talk, I'm like,
and she said, I embrace the role. I'm the villain. I get it. Like, she has said that. So I think it isn't different than say a Dennis Rodman or something. And what happened yesterday was interesting, because she had a hard foul on Cailtin Clark. She definitely misjudged. Cailtin jumped as she's going for the ball, hits her in the head. Hard foul. It was the right call to give her they upgraded the foul to like a flagrant or something, which was the correct thing to do. It was not something she did intentionally to slam her in the head, and nobody on the court thought it was intentional. Not Cailtin Clark or Angel Reese. People in the media and on social media were like, she should be suspended and fined, blah, 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 acting like she's intentionally out there like trying to harm her. But anybody that played ball can be like, that's a hard foul. Yeah, you should get called for that, but it wasn't intentional. There's a clear difference in those acts, right? And Cailtin Clark is like, dude, it was a basketball play. It happens. I've done those plays too. Like, nobody in the game is thinking, and it also didn't look like one of those cases. There have been girls headhunting Cailtin Clark since she started in the pros. Absolutely. And this is what we talked about before, how like her teammates need to have her back.
They do.
Like, if she's getting hard fouls, the people that need to get involved are her teammates, not people on social media, because we don't matter. It's her teammates. They need to have her back. They need to show that if you may hard foul her, but we're going to get you right back. Exactly. You need somebody on your team willing to do that. That's how this game works, right? So I think in those cases where these were intentional fouls and people trying to harm her, they should make the correct calls, and they should, suspend the player if they need to. But yesterday it wasn't that. It was not intentional, but it was a hard foul. So the refs made the right call. Cailtin Clark wasn't upset about it after the game. And Cailtin, to her credit, what she has done, some people on both sides are not happy about the way she's spoken out. What she has done, because people that love her want her to condemn the other side. And people that are like, don't like her are also upset, of course, with what she said. But what she said basically is like,
welcome to the internet.
Right. What she has come out and said is, people,
what are y'all talking about?
I just want to play ball. Stop doing stuff in my name. And so I think that is actually a smart way to address it, because she doesn't gain anything by taking a side, because the sides are made up and they're not even really about her. Yeah. She's saying, I don't need anyone out here doing any of this. Don't do anything in my name. I will, as a player, speak for myself. I want to play ball. That's what I want to do. And so if everyone would just calm down, like there's really not
an issue.
It's really not a made up issue.
And it is. But I mean, but don't you think it's good for the sport? Because
I think it's great for the sport. I love seeing women go hard. It's boring.
No, I mean, not just that. I mean, the fact that it's like, it's good that it's so much in social media that they're getting the coverage that they need. Because this didn't happen before. So whether it's like, you love her, you hate her. I mean, it's just the fact that it's like, it's making people aware that this isn't a legitimate sport. And yeah, it's physical. And to me, I'm like, I love that. I love sports are supposed to be pizzical. I'm sorry. Exactly. and it's not like, and the same thing like with football, when they're playing football, I mean, sometimes things happen, right? Where it's like, he tackled him too hard, but it's like the adrenaline's going, things happen, people throw punches sometimes, and they don't sometimes mean to do it, but you have all this adrenaline and like you're pumped up and you're us talking to each other. Things happen, and that's just part of the game.
They go exchange jerseys after the game. Yeah, you see, like this is not personal.
No,
and I think the thing is that a rivalry like this
is good.
It makes Caitlin Clark better too. It makes everyone better, because if it's only Caitlin Clark just doing good all the time and there's never any drama or excitement, then that's boring too.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so it's good to see women being hardcore athletes. Like I personally like that. And I like that Caitlin Clark is not giving into any of it. She doesn't even seem to want to be, people look at her to be like the face of the league and stuff. She doesn't even really seem to want to take that role. She's kind of quiet. Like she wants to play basketball. And also Angel Reese is just way more outspoken. She likes the attention. She likes to be out there doing that. So it makes sense in those roles. And, she's a baby in the league. Like Caitlin Clark maybe isn't ready to be out there being a spokesperson. She wants to play basketball. And she's exciting to watch. And I think like, let her develop at her pace. Like anyone who expects a rookie to go in and just be better than the whole league is crazy, because that's not how it works. Now, I'm not knocking.
That goes into, there was a lot of controversy around last week because she didn't make the U.S. Olympic team.
Oh my God. Right? I know. And people called it a snub. It's like, it's not a snub. They literally picked veteran players with experience on a national stage. She's never done that before. And here's the thing too, the girls that are rookies, they were in the national championship games, like the Final Four national championship. They had like a hot second off, then the draft, and they immediately start playing. This is not like other sports where they had an off season. These girls are probably tired. They had no break. They go right. They don't even have a lot of practice with each other. They basically go straight into playing professional games. Like that's a big responsibility and a big step. So I think it makes sense that you wouldn't have any rookies on this team, because you chose a team that's experienced veterans playing on the international stage, and she doesn't have that. And it's not knocking her. It's just, she's not there yet. We picked people that we know can go be successful and do this.
She hasn't really proven herself, right? And we've talked about this before. Like when you go take a college, take a football player in college, and then you put them into the NFL, you haven't really developed as a true like professional athlete yet, because you don't have the experience yet. Exactly. Yeah, you played some games and you look good, but it's like, it goes back to your point. Like she has not proven herself to be like a seasoned athlete at a professional level.
And that's not to say she won't be that, but some people will hear you say that and be like, oh, stop hating. It's like, that's not hate. We're literally talking about an athlete we respect, and you need to let them develop and get that experience, because playing on an international stage in the Olympics is a big deal. And some sports, yes, they'll have younger people. It just depends. But when you have like USA women's basketball, they've been top of the world for many Olympics now. And so they didn't choose any rookies. It's not like they chose other people over her. They snubbed her. They chose to only pick veterans. And another thing I saw, it was somebody who was covering the Olympic Committee, or it was like on there. One of the things they talked about was the her fans may have played a role in this, because it wouldn't be good if she was on the Olympic team, she's going to be on the bench most of the time.
Yeah.
And how bad her fans would act if they weren't playing her.
Yeah.
The fact that would come into consideration is like, your fans are crazy, and they would lose their shit if you were sitting on the bench. So that's another thing that played into it, because people say, oh, it's good for the game. It grows the audience, but the Olympics is not about an audience. The Olympics is the Olympics. They're going to have their viewers regardless. Like, it's just not the same thing as specifically what we're doing in the U.S. to grow women's basketball.
So that's what I was going to say. The only thing that I can think of as to why people were so upset, because I understand you're picking people that are typically veterans there were other people that probably had a lot better numbers because she is so new. And the only thing I can think of is that people were like, why would you not want to bring more attention to that higher level of it? That's the only thing I can think of. Which, I mean, it makes sense.
It's a legitimate thing to think of. It's just not ultimately what they're trying to do is win the gold medal.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would have been wrong for them to include her. You know what I mean? But I think that it makes sense that they didn't, because and calling it a snub is just crazy, because she didn't get snubbed. It's literally, there was nobody picked that was even under 25 years old.
I mean, she's only been in the professional league for a hot second.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, she comes in, what was it, like 2 months ago, a month ago? So I'm like, you just started, and to pick her would have been, I mean, honestly, I think that would have been a snub to all the other professional athletes that actually deserve that spot. And I have no, like, hair in this game at all.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, as an outsider looking in, it's like, I can see why they made the decisions they did. Unless you're NBC and you own the rights to the Olympics, then you would want her in there.
Right. That's true. And I'm just like, man, girl, give these girls some grace. They literally, and especially the ones like that were on UConn, LSU, Iowa, they never stopped playing. They had no break.
Yeah.
Give them some grace. And Caitlin Clark's team played more games in the first stretch than anybody. They had almost no days off.
Yeah.
So it's like, God, I mean, they're professional athletes, but they're babies. They just started. Give them a minute.
And she'll make it in 4 years. It's not a big deal.
Absolutely. I think she's going to be great. Yeah. Like, I don't understand why anyone would take that and why people are so vehemently, like, they're like crazy about it. They're so crazy. Why?
You have to have everyone has to get on some type of bandwagon and have some type of cause. I mean, that's just in general. If you look at everything, there's got to be a cause for it. And it's like right now, it's like there's really nothing else going on. So let's jump on the WNBA cause right now, right?
Let's be mad at the Olympic Committee.
Sports, so
well, I mean, what else is going on, right? So football's not. I mean,
well, baseball, but not everybody cares about baseball. So.
Yeah, but I mean, last year, wait, was it? When did we talk about the gambling in baseball? That was
a month ago or so.
It's been a couple of months.
Oh,
Whatever happened to that?
Ohtani?
Yeah.
Well, Ohtani, his interpreter pled guilty to like a bunch of serious financial crimes, like fraud and theft.
Oh, he did? Okay. I want to say that was
back in the fall. I don't think he's been sentenced yet, but he, in Major League Baseball, basically, dude suspended for life. Because the evidence showed that it was fully basically a scam. They defrauded Ohtani, stole his money, lied to him, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Now, who knows what the real story is? That may be the real story, but that's the story that's happening. Okay. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, no, we talked about it. I want to say it was probably around Christmas time, like right when it came.
No.
It wasn't a couple of months ago, though.
Baseball didn't even start until April. What are you talking about? It was literally a month or two ago. This was during the baseball season.
I think it was
No, it was literally a couple. No.
Okay.
It was not before baseball started because it was during the season.
All right. Okay. Maybe.
Ohtani was playing a game and had a team meeting the night the news broke. And his interpreter told the team what happened, but didn't tell him in Japanese. So everyone on the team found out that he was under investigation, and Ohtani doesn't even understand it until someone explains it later. That was after a game. This dude's dirty. That's pretty.
Well,
this man relies on you to tell him what's going on, and then you
don't tell him.
Yeah, not only do you steal from him and make him look terrible, then you tell everyone, and he doesn't even understand what you're saying.
Maybe get two translators so you can hear it.
One to translate the translator.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
right?
You can't trust anybody, I guess.
I mean, and they were best friends, right? They had been friends
so
forever.
dude's gonna go to prison for a long time, I think.
That's a lot of money. I mean,
it's a lot of money.
millions of
He
dollars.
stole many millions. I can't remember what the numbers
People
ended
get
up
really
being.
weird, like when it comes to money and when it comes to like fame and when it, well, he had a gambling addiction, right? So it's like, you're going to like basically mess over
It's
whoever you
amplified.
can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and there was recently like 5 or 6 baseball players that got suspended for betting on baseball. Well, one of them is,
saw that.
we're like, y'all are such idiots.
what?
Like,
You make all this money.
gambling,
Who
you know
cares?
you can't gamble on your own sport. Come on. Stupid. And like, if you want to gamble, there's legal ways to do it. Just do that instead. Like,
but
why
it's
are
more
Might
we- It's
get
not more fun
caught.
if you get banned from baseball forever and you don't make any more money the rest of your life.
Well, that's true. So kids, gambling's bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Although this weekend we did teach the kids how to play 20 blackjack.
That's okay. I mean, my
And we're like,
son,
"Man,
my
this
son
is how you
loves
can count
gambling. He
cards."
wants to gamble all the time.
Tap your foot. Tap how you keep track of all the high cards.
Dude, I wish
Know
I
how
could
you can
count
count cards. There's a way to count cards, right?
I don't even know.
Well, come on. When you're here next time, we will teach you. So, ooh, my light's like freaking out over here. So,
Man, I keep breaking off. I've got one giant Pocky.
oh my
Right
God.
now, 'cause it's all melted.
Nice.
I want individual Pockies.
Eat it. Eat your.
I want
do that.
individual ones.
But well, you know what will happen when you do that though, Tris? Like then
What?
you're going to lose some of the coating. Oh, you didn't.
I didn't. That's pretty. It's a tiny bit lost, but okay. Three's better than. I have only one main stem here. I broke the other ones off.
All right. So I think what we're going to do is do a live the last Sunday of the month. So stay tuned for that. We will give you more details as it comes up. Anyways, don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple, and you can Google us at irrationalmoms.com and like, subscribe, and leave us a comment or a question.
Yes, and we will be back with more snacks like Pocky.